Weightlifting is the best way to build muscle. Not calisthenics, not HIIT workouts, nothing like that. We want to be using weight to put tension and stress on our muscles and keep increasing this tension every week, every month by going up in weight, progressively overloading. Weightlifting is literally the most effective way to get jacked. I have done both calisthenics and weightlifting, and the progress I made from weightlifting has been 3 times better than any progress I made from calisthenics. Using calisthenics, it is harder to build muscle because your muscles become too strong, and so you cannot reach failure effectively. And so you need to be adding weight if you're going to be doing calisthenics. You need to be doing weighted calisthenics. You can't just do 100 press-ups every single set. That's when you get to failure. That is too time consuming and too exhausting and not good for muscle building. So you need to get yourself into the gym, train 3 to 6 times a week, 45-minute sessions, high intensity, taking every set to failure or 1 rep off failure or 2 reps off failure. If you do not train till failure, you won't be building muscle. Also, in the first year of your weightlifting journey, you're going to be putting on so much muscle. These are newbie gains, and you need to maximize those as much as you possibly can, because the years after that, you build less and less and less muscle. So the first year is very important if you want to be getting jacked. So the reason I say weightlifting is so much better than calisthenics is just because it is easier to load the muscle with more tension and stress the muscle out more. So if you think about calisthenics, I did it for so long, I just did body weight exercises. That's usually what calisthenics is, just press ups, pull ups, other exercises. But a lot of people who do calisthenics, they don't use weight once they've got good at calisthenics. So I got really good at calisthenics. I could do like 20, 30 pull-ups in a row, or 25 to 30 pull-ups in a row. And I could do, 50, 60, 70 press-ups. But at that point, 1 set is 70 reps of press-ups. It's not going to be building much muscle. It's not in the rep range of building enough muscle, which is around 5 to maybe like 20. You cannot stimulate your muscle enough, and you're not training until failure. But if you are doing weighted calisthenics, so you're wearing like a backpack when you do the pull-ups, that is still really good. But I just believe weightlifting for the average person is the easier thing to do, because you can just get into the gym, go with weights straight away, and over time increase the load on your muscle so your muscle keeps growing. So if you think about when you get into the gym and you just stayed on the same dumbbells for a year, when you're doing dumbbell curls, you're not going to be building much muscle because your muscle has gotten stronger, and then you're not going to be reaching failure. So then once you've got to 12 reps for 3 sets on one weight, next week go and do 8 reps for 3 sets on 12 kg instead of 10 kg, for example. You need to be constantly going up in weight to continue to increase tension, increase stress on the muscle. If you don't do that, then you're not going to be building much muscle at all. So when you get into the gym, you need to be training to a failure, and you need to be progressively overloading. Just a disclaimer, my full aesthetic body course is in the link in the description. It goes over all this in a lot more detail. It's a lot more clear, and it tells you exactly how to build the aesthetic body. Go check it out, link in the description. If you don't do those 2 things, you won't be building much muscle. I know it's going to be difficult. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you don't want to do it, but you need to think about gym like this. It is delaying gratification. You are waiting for the results in the future, and you're sacrificing something in the short term. You are going through pain now to see the pleasure in the future of being able to look in the mirror and smile at your physique. Maybe that's the goal. So you need to be sacrificing a little bit now, going to the gym when you don't feel like it. There's going to be days where you just can't be bothered. You want to order the takeaway, but you need to get yourself into the gym, do your 45-minute session. You need to be eating clean. That feels really bad in that moment, but a week, a month from now, a year from now, you're going to look at your physique, and those are the days that are going to be building up your physique the most. So you need to be dedicated to this. If you are trying to figure out how to get in shape, how to build muscle, how to lose fat, the best way to build the muscle is getting yourself into the gym. It simply is the best way. It's the most simple way. It's the most effective way. And then losing fat, I've gone into that on loads of other videos. It's really simple. Just be in the calorie deficit. That's simple. Building the muscle is a little bit more difficult. Once you're weightlifting though, you need to be prioritizing certain muscles that give you more bang for your buck, basically. The muscles that are the most aesthetic are the upper chest, the side delt, the upper traps, the abs, and the biceps. Those are the main aesthetic muscles that are going to make your physique look the best, basically. And also lats. Lats are really important too. So if you prioritize those muscles in the gym, you are going to be getting the most ROI for your time spent in the gym. Now, if you just hit those muscles, your physique would like genuinely start to look good. But I personally believe you should be hitting all the muscles in your body just because you want a well-rounded, nice physique. Like, you don't want to be at the beach and have a really nice upper body, but then your lower body just looks really terrible. So I personally just think you should stick to the push-pull leg split, where you do chest, triceps, shoulders on push day. Pull day, you do back and biceps, and then one day for legs, and that's it. And then if you want to go to 6 times a week, you just repeat that cycle. That's what I personally do, but you can get into the gym and train 3 times a week and you can still get jacked. It's just, it might take a little bit longer because, you know, me doing more volume, it's going to be making me build more muscle. Even though it gets to a point where when you're doing too much, you're not going to be building as much muscle, but I'm in the sweet spot of how much I do, and I'm going to be maximizing my muscle potential. When you're going 3 times a week, you're still going to be building a great amount of muscle, so don't worry about that. If you want to maximize the progress while you're in the gym, you need to get your diet right too. So you don't need to be eating the, ultra clean foods all of the time. But if the majority of the time you can be eating those foods, those are going to be the best for muscle building, because usually they're higher in protein, they're better for internal functioning, better for hormone levels, and you're just going to be building more muscle when you eat foods like that. When you only eat the ultra processed foods, it's more difficult to make progress in the gym. You're not giving the right nutrients to your body to go and supplement the muscle growth from the training that you're doing. And on top of that, you're going to be putting on quite a lot of fat, so your physique doesn't look as good. Weightlifting is not going to stunt your growth. Whoever told you that has lied to you. You're allowed to take supplements. Protein powder is really good, as well as creatine. You do not need to be doing 2-hour sessions, just 45 minutes, rest for 2 to 3 minutes in between your sets. That's what I found is the best for me. And train till failure, or 1 or 2 reps of failure. If you don't do that, that's the key. If you don't do that, you're not going to be building much muscle, because you're not placing enough tension, stress on your muscles for them to break down, have micro tears, and then repair, recover, and come back bigger. Yeah, you need to be making sure you're really pushing yourself in the gym. If you just go and just kind of mess about, don't do proper form and exercises, you're not going to failure, you're just doing 10 reps, putting the weight down, not really feeling anything, that's going to be such a waste of time for you. And I did that for so long, just messing around in the gym, not taking it seriously, and I didn't make any progress. But when I started genuinely being strategic and thinking, okay, for this set, I need to go to failure. For this set, I need to focus on mind muscle connection. For this set, oh wait, last week I did that weight. Okay, I'm going to go up to this weight this week. When you start thinking like that, you make so much more progress. So I know you don't want to take weightlifting so seriously that it takes over your life. I completely understand that. But if you can just, for the, hour you're in the gym a day, whatever, just really focus on trying to make as much progress as possible. Because then, the rest of the day, you've made the progress and you can go enjoy yourself. And then weeks, months in the future, you'll see all the progress you've made. And it's going to be amazing for you, because for me personally, this has been the best investment I've ever made. The one into myself, the one into my body, my health, my physique. So yeah, get yourself into the gym and start weightlifting. I found this is the best way to build muscle. My full aesthetic body course is in the link in the description. It goes over all this in a lot more detail. It's a lot more clear, and it tells you exactly how to build the aesthetic body. Go check it out, link in the description.